Good evening, everyone. AGUA Special Utility District, regular meeting of Board of Directors. Today is November 6th. It is 6:05 p.m. Call to order. Roll call. Dr. Adriana Villarreal. Here. Jose Luis Ochoa Jr.
Present.
Ricardo Perez.
Here.
Homero Tijerina. Absent. Ana Maria Perez.
She's not logged in. She's we sent her a link and hopefully she'll log in.
Okay, so as of now, she's absent. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go to 1B, invocation. It's gonna be given by Pamela Perez.
Lord, as we gather today at this meeting, we ask that you help us make decisions that will be pleasing to you. Help us to be able to discuss the matters at hand in a reasonable way, and to be willing to give up having our own way. We ask that you will strengthen us, restore us, and inspire us with your love. Lord, let this meeting be productive and let your peace rain down on us today, as we seek you more than anything else. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. One D, public comments, Mr. Salinas.
Madam President, we do not have anybody sign up for public comments.
Okay. Number 2A, approval of minutes for the August 29, 2023 AGUA Special Board meeting.
So moved. Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Ochoa and a second by Mr. Perez. Approval of minutes for the September 11, 2023 AGUA Board meeting.
So moved.
Have a motion by Mr. Perez. Second by Mr. Ochoa. Approval of minutes for October 2nd AGUA Board meeting.
So moved.
Have a motion by
Second.
Dr. Villarreal and second by Mr. Perez. Item number 3, discussion of possible action to fill the vacancy of District 3.
All those,
There was no official vote on all three. Since you've called them all, there's a motion on all three. You can call for a vote on all three if you'd like.
all in favor?
Officially, there wasn't a vote on all three.
Oh, okay. All in favor for the minutes for August, September, and October?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by by Dr. Villarreal and a second by,
The motion second was there.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
just a vote. Yeah, you got the motion, so just all
Oh.
in favor.
all in favor,
Seems
sorry.
that everyone is
Yes,
all in
okay,
favor.
perfect.
So the-
May I
the
move
motion
forward?
carries.
Okay.
All in favor? Yes.
All in favor? Yes, yes,
All in favor, yes.
Yes.
yes. Okay,
Passes.
motion. Okay, item passes. Item number 3, discussion and possible action to fill the vacancy of District 3 Director pursuant to Special District Local Laws Code 7201.055 and Texas Water Code 49.105. So I make the I make the motion to appoint Mr. Roel de Hoyos for District number 7. No, District number 3, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For the AGUA Special Utility District.
So moved.
Second.
So there's a motion and a second.
All those in favor?
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. May I go to item number 4? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, item number 4, discussion and possible action for selecting employee health insurance plans and all voluntary ancillary products as presented by the Barrett Insurance Services and Newkirk.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, we have with us Mr. Pierre Newkirk. Will be summarizing all the vendors. We just to mention, we had a committee meeting on Saturday. We went over the plans that were offered. He went through 3 vendors, and he's gonna go ahead and present those items.
Good evening, Board. My name is Pierre Duke. I'm your agent for AGUA Suds. So before you, you have a handout that we prepared for you all with the current plan with Aetna Healthcare. We had significant claims versus premiums. Aetna Healthcare has decided to move out of the existing plan that you all have and discontinue that plan. So they designed a new plan, which is the one that's in the middle. That plan difference, you currently have a 5,000, it's going to a 6,000 on the new Aetna plan. The max out of pocket went from $6,600 to $8,500. All other benefits, co-pays, et cetera, stayed the same. The only difference is your renewal. Your current premium on the employee only was from $611 to $48, and it went up to $830. That's the Aetna. We also went with Blue Cross and Blue Shield and United Healthcare. One of the only problems that we were dealing with Blue Cross and Blue Shield is that we were dealing with HMOs for pricing. Therefore, that's why you're not seeing it, because the HMO with the Blue Cross and Blue Shield plans were more expensive than the alternative plan with United Healthcare, which is the last one on the right-hand side. This will mimic to the network, just like the employees are currently now. They don't even go see a specialist. They can basically go pick up and go, just like they had it with Aetna Healthcare. What we've done is we've created a very similar plan to what you all had prior, which is the same $5,000 deductible. The max out of pocket on this particular plan is $8,150. We have two different split co-pays, actually $35 for the office visit, where currently your employees are paying $40. So it's a $5 less per physician visit. There are two different specialist co-pays, depending if they are what we call a preferred specialist, which is going to be at $70, and a non-preferred specialist, which would be $100. The drug card also, there is no deductible. With currently the current plan now, there was a $200 deductible and then co-pays. With the new plan, there are no deductibles. And as you can see, the co-pays for the pharmacy is as little as $15 and as much as $300, depending on the medication. On the right-hand side on that United Healthcare, there are two GAP plans. So the GAP plans are the ones that cover your exposure when you do end up in a hospital or MRIs or whatever the case scenario is. The first GAP plan is with Manhattan Life. That's a $6,000 GAP. And the second one is with Zurich Kemper, which is SIS, and that covers $8,000. So the difference in the pricing, so if we go with the first one, if I'm the employee, let me give you a scenario. So I go to the hospital, I've got a $5,000 deductible. If I bought the first plan, it'll cover my $5,000 with an extra $1,000 in the background. But remember that if I end up in the hospital 1 to 5 days or 100 days, my max out of pocket is $8,150. With the $6,000 gap, if that's the gap that we decided to purchase, then you would have a burden left behind on the backside for the employee of $2,150. That price there is $744, including the medical and the gap. The second gap company would be $777, and that would cover $8,000 of the $8,150. So in this particular scenario, your employee would only be liable for $150. So the question here is to you all, which gap plan do you want to fund? The $6,000 or the $8,000? With the major medical of UHC. Couple things that we discussed during the Saturday meeting was to possibly, if you all want to cover 100% of it, my recommendation will obviously be go with the $8,000 gap. Therefore, you only have the $150 responsibility for the employee. We can also cost share some of the costs. So we had brought that up also as a discussion. But that would be up to you all. Questions?
How much would it be on the employees side portion? I think we
advised $50 per pay period?
Correct. So we had discussed was to do a $50 bi-weekly per pay period for the employees. And that'll be less than what the federal mandate of the responsibility, which is the 8 point, what is it?
8.39.
Thank you, 8.39.
Okay, so how much would be, I think you have the numbers.
Yeah, so over 68 full-time employees, that would be about $6,800 of contribution monthly from employees for a total of $81,600.
Okay,
For
the
the
total
full year.
cost for the new rate?
The health insurance with the high gap plan with the 8,000 would be an increase of 135,000.
Okay,
With the employee contributions of $100 per month, the net would be 53,600 increase to the district over a year. That's with the $100 a month.
Can you go over the $50 per month?
Yes. So with the $50 contribution per month by employees, it would be $3,400 contribution monthly. Total $40,800 over a year from employees. With the high gap plan, it would be $94,400 increase to the district.
right, the past years, they would get 100% free.
Correct. And let me remind you all, so last year we saved you all $80,000.
Yes.
But now, what happened?
Well, it's called use of insurance.
I don't know about the rest, do we need to vote on it today?
Yes, sir.
Can we take it into executive? So we
I mean,
can
what's gonna be the-
discuss it?
Well,
So we could discuss it?
If you have legal questions about it, to consult with an attorney, that would be what you take it under the executive session for, if you have, questions about the legal implications of one plan over the other. That would be under 551.01,
It's fine.
071. So yeah, we can do
I
that.
think we made up our minds already.
We had pretty much decided.
Yes, well, let's go with that.
And I think, we don't wanna pay any money. But
Yeah.
I think the employees need to put in a little bit of.
Skin in the game.
Yeah, skin in the game, because everything's going up, so
Yep.
expensive. And next year, who knows, it's been going up yearly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So which one are we going for?
Go with the one we had decided.
Well, we need to recommend it to the board, I don't know the rest. I don't know.
Make
Mr.
the
Shaw,
to make the
Mr.
recommendation.
But if you wanna take into executive, it's fine.
Okay. We're okay taking it to executive, Mr. Ochoa?
Yes.
If you
Dr.
want
Rivera?
to do that, you'll want a motion, then a second, then a vote to
Okay.
move it to executive session.
Okay.
I move we send it to executive session.
Need a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Dr. Villarreal and a second by Mr. Perez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Okay, item number 5, discussion and possible action on amending the non-standard service agreement for Carrizales number 3 subdivision approved by the Board of Directors on October 3rd, 2022 to update the legal owner to Oscar Santos. Mr. Salim?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, this non-standard service agreement, of course, the subdivision Carrizales number 3 was approved back on October 3rd, 2022. The developer previously, Mr. Norberto Salinas, passed away, so the state now has been sold to Mr. Oscar Santos and Kendall Wood LLC. So basically, this is just a change of the ownership of Carrizales subdivision number 3 to the new legal owner, Mr. Oscar Santos. This subdivision, of course, is located just south of 5 Mile Line on Iowa Road. It's 20 acres, approximately 20 acres. It's 36 residential lots, and of course, all meters have been paid for as well.
And they're gonna start whenever we're stage 3 right now, so they cannot start in construction?
They can start on this subdivision. This was approved back in 2022.
Okay, and they can,
How big is the subdivision
we can
again?
move forward. It's 36 residential lots, 20 acres. It's a 20-acre subdivision with 36 lots.
36 lots.
Yes.
Okay.
It's already been approved, already started construction, but in the
Okay.
process of the development,
Yes.
the legal owner change. They want to make sure that all the obligations and everything between the parties transferring over to the new owner.
And that's-
Typically, that would happen, you know.
That's correct, but, we cannot give them service until,
They have already paid for the meters back
Well,
Stage
service
three
has
right
already
now, we
been
can give them
approved
meter?
on that
Before.
previously, yeah.
before stage 3 commenced. They had already they paid for the
so
meters.
if they finish subdivision tomorrow, they can be connected and with meters
Yes.
and everything?
Yes,
Even though it's stage 3?
yes.
Really? Good. I thought they couldn't, because it was stage 3.
This is a subdivision that was already approved by the
Yes,
board
it was,
back before the
okay,
and the meters were already paid for
okay,
before stage 3 commenced.
Okay.
So everything has been paid for.
okay. Great. So move.
Second.
So I have a motion by Mr. Perez and a second by Dr. Real. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, discussion and possible action on the change of date for December board meeting and the selection of the date and the time for the budget workshop. Mr. Salinas?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, attached within your packet on course item 6, we put a calendar in November and December so that we can coordinate the proposed budget workshop and change the board meeting as well. The recommendation that we have for us staff is if we could have the budget workshop on the 2nd of December, December 2nd, and change or move the board meeting from December 4th to December 11th.
That's on a Saturday? December is,
The workshop, yes, the workshop is on a Saturday
that's for all the members?
for all board members, yes. We can do the workshop at 9 a.m. or so, but that's December 2nd, but we just want to
Is that 4
give you an
hours?
option, right? It's not the only option. I mean, you can, as a
How
board,
many
you can
hours
change
is
the
this?
options.
Is it 4 hours or 3 hours?
Less than
Right.
4 hours.
Good.
Yeah, two to 3 hours.
That's fine.
That sounds good.
Yes, yes.
And change the board meeting from the 4th to the 11th, so that we can have enough time for viewing for the budget to be viewed for 3 consecutive days.
Okay, so move.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Ochoa and a second by Dr. Real. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Do we know what time already,
Anyone
Mr.
opposed?
Salinas? Do we know what time already?
What time? We were looking at 9 a.m., but the board can change the time of the board meeting, which is into post.
What do y'all think? 9 a.m.? Sounds good.
Yes. Any- All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 7, discussion of possible action authorizing general manager to purchase a backhoe through Doggett via by board cooperation contract number 685-22.
Yes, Madam President, we're seeking authorization to purchase John Deere backhoe. It's a 410P tier. For approximately, the cost will be $138,621. And of course, this equipment was approved for this year through the capital equipment. So it was previously approved by the board through the budget, and we're seeking to purchase this item via by board contract 685-22.
What is that 87,000 this,
The 87,000.
40% discount?
They have a 40% discount. That's what they mentioned on the actual quote. It's a buy board discount of 40%, and that's the contract that they have on that.
Do
So
we need another one, or it broke, the one we have, or how many do we have?
We have 3, but 2 are not recommended to be used.
Okay, so what are we gonna do with those? So are we gonna put them on auction, or
We're gonna option one and possibly use one in the plant.
they cannot take it as a trade-in there, no?
I know, not as a whiteboard, purchase.
Aside from those broken ones, how many more do we have?
We have, 2 mini excavators, they're small, those were purchased about a year ago, 2 years ago. Yes.
How many? Two.
Yeah, buy board, what is buy board? I mean, I don't understand, because they're giving it, 138,000, that's a regular price for me.
Byboard is for a non-profit and government organizations only allowed to be through there, which give them.
Yeah, but they're giving it at 218,000, they're,
Yeah, but that's the discount that they have on
yeah,
Blackboard.
but the regular price is like around 140, 150,000.
But that's the price that they given us on
Yeah,
that.
it's-
And we had budgeted 140,000 because we had researched it last year. And this is the amount
So
that we got.
actually, in my eyes, we're not getting a discount.
We looked through, also through Holt Cat, and I believe with the savings that they mentioned on the buy board, right, it was gonna be approximately 150,000?
So the price.
155,000, that's the Cat with a similar motor and strength, if we can say, right? Different abbreviations that they have.
We need it, but it's 5-year warranty or how, what?
3 years.
So we need to turn it in or give it a trade in 3 years, not, not working until they only give us $5 for
We
it.
can purchase an extended warranty after a year. We can go back and purchase.
The ones that we have,
How old are they?
how old are they?
The backhoe?
Yeah, the ones that we have.
It's from 2007.
They were purchased 2007,
Yes,
when I was here back then.
yes. So that's the one we have. It's a 310. This one is a 410.
It's
which is
bigger,
It's
so
a
that'll be,
bigger one, extended boom, 4x4.
Mhm.
It'll help us.
Okay, so move.
Second.
So a motion by Mr. Perez and a second by Dr. Villarreal. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 8, discussion of possible action authorizing the general manager and legal counsel to negotiate draft agreements related to emergency interconnects with the Sherryland Water Supply Corporation, City of Mission, City of McAllen, and Hidalgo County Municipal Utility District Number 1. Mr. Salinas?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, as you all know, we have been in communication with the different entities mentioned here in this agenda item, Sherryland Water Supply Corporation, the City of Mission, City of McAllen, and Hidalgo County Municipal Utility District Number 1, so that we can work with them on an emergency basis on interconnects. We have already completed one interconnect, and that's with the City of Mission, and that's close to, on the vicinity of 2 Mile Line and Moorfield Road, between Moorfield and Inspiration Road. So that one is completed pending the testing, and we will need to work with the City of McAllen and with the City of Mission on that interconnect, because the City of McAllen will use probably Mission as a pass-through. But right now, we're working on an emergency basis. Also, we have been in communication with Sherryland Water Corporation, and I believe they already passed an agenda item similar to this, that they're gonna be working with us, and that's on the vicinity of 7 Mile Line and Benson Road as well. And we just started also the communications with MUD, which is Hidalgo County Municipal Utility District Number 1. We have not looked at the locations or the pressure zones with them as well, but we're gonna start to see if we can work something out with them in reference to interconnects and them selling us water through emergency, or maybe in the future as a wholesale as well.
And so what this will do will authorize the general manager and district's council to essentially negotiate on a workable draft agreement that then we'll bring to the board for final approval on that draft. But it allows us to get the ball rolling with those entities and their council.
Okay,
How much water are we thinking of buying from them, or whenever?
we're negotiating.
It depends on an emergent, right now, it'll be on an emergency basis, so on an as-needed basis, right? It will not be a wholesale contract like a take or pay, right, contract right now. So with this, we can start working and have those interconnects ready, and then we can start working on a wholesale contract. If in need in the future, we can do that so that we can get more capacity into our system on a daily basis.
How we doing with pressure? We've been keep it up?
We've been steady, we've been steady with the water pressure.
So move.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Perez and a second by Dr. Villarreal. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. Item number 9, discussion and possible action authorizing the general manager and legal counsel to negotiate a draft interlocal agreement relating to water infrastructure within the city of Peñitas. Mr. Salinas?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, we received a letter from the City of Peñitas, which is attached to the packet. So basically, we have been also in communications with the City of Peñitas, and of course, they're ready to basically to assist AGUA SUD in any type of responsibility or even debt, as they had mentioned before. So we had informal discussions with them as well of the possibility of constructing a water package plant, right? Just to keep up with the capacity and for future development. So this is basically to begin the communications with them on a more serious note, so that we can, work an interlocal agreement with them, and of course to continue having that communication and meetings with them, and of course we'll bring back the interlocal agreements that we work with them to the board as well, and maybe present that before to a committee, the subdivision committee, before we bring it to the board as well.
Sure. So, actually, they wanna just to have like any stream of every city have water and sewer.
That
Like,
is correct.
Palmview, La Joya,
Sullivan,
Peñitas,
yeah.
Sullivan.
Yes.
I mean, you're just gonna talk, right?
Right.
Good evening, everyone. I'm joining in, sorry I joined a little late. I have a question on this. Is this like getting their CCN? Or wanting to get their CCN?
No, right now, we haven't talked to them in reference to CCN. This is just in reference to adding capacity to the system in the near future, of course, before we get our new water treatment plant in the north, so that the development won't stop at this time. Basically, that's what it is to get more time in continuing.
So it's just lending, like their resources and support for anything that we have to do?
Yes, even on a grant, either a grant basis or actually the City of Peñitas putting up funding to construct the actual package plant as well.
Mr. Salinas, can we have all this run through our legal counsel? Yes.
Yeah, we'll definitely be involved in the negotiations and consideration. I mean, right now, we're at the very just preliminary stages of kind of working on cooperatively what options are available, so this is just really to kind of have a more formal discussion with that entity to see how they can assist the district, and I think their concerns are to see what they can do to encourage continued growth in their community, and how they can help the district provide water to meet that growth.
Okay. Yes. Any further questions, concerns?
So move.
Have a motion by Mr.
Well, I'm
Perez.
just saying, I'm sure,
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just thinking that I'm sure that it'd be a good cooperation in between them and us. I'm sure that we'll find, iron out all of the different things that's forthcoming, but again, to not hold up any development, whether residential or commercial in that area.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So I have a motion by Mr. Perez. I have a second by Dr. Villarreal. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion carries. Item number 10, discussion and possible action on approval of resolution authorizing general manager to submit a state infrastructure bank loan application with TxDOT for the relocation of district infrastructure along SH 495 between SH 364 and Abram Road. Mr. Salinas?
Yes, Madam President, members of the board. At a previous meeting, we asked the board for authorization to submit an application with TxDOT, which is called, or the program is called SP 2125 program. So basically what that program does, you can either get grant and loan for the amount that you're asking for the relocation of some of that, the infrastructure that we have, because there's a TxDOT project coming into veterans, right, from Abram to La Homa Road. So we asked for that. So basically the TxDOT, the division stated that, or sent us information, emails, that AGUA does not qualify for that SP 2125 program, since AGUA does qualify for a SIB loan. So right now, what we're asking is, the board is for a resolution authorizing the general manager to submit this state infrastructure bank loan application with TxDOT and for the relocation of those utility lines that we have, water and sewer. So basically, we do, according to the information that they sent us from the TxDOT division, we do qualify for the SIB loan. So it'll be 100% loan. And we're looking at an amount not to exceed $7 million for that project.
That's for the line and the.
We're looking into
The sewer, to fix the sewer.
the water line relocation and fixing the sewer on that certain area, all the way to La Homa, let's say from Minnesota to La Homa Road.
Yes.
That's the area that is not substantially complete at this time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And so this is the resolution handout, and that's just part of the application. One of the prerequisites for them to consider it is that they have a resolution from the governing board approving the.
So we only qualified for loans, not for the, what was the other?
It was partially grant and loan, or full grant to
So we
relocate
didn't qualify for
utilities.
any grants?
No, they mentioned to us at the TxDOT division that we do not qualify for that program, but we do qualify for a SIB loan, which is 100% loan.
Can we get any of that money back whenever everything's settled or the dust is settled?
Yes, for the portion
For
of
the
the
sewer.
sanitary sewer, yes.
Yeah. And we'll just pay that out.
Yes.
If we get any,
If we get it, yes.
okay.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Ochoa and a second by Mr. Perez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, okay, let's go into item number 10. I'm sorry, 11. Discussion and possible action on a resolution authorizing the general manager as an authorized signer with Lone Star National Bank.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, Lone Star National Bank recently changed their policy. So they're needing for us to pass a resolution authorizing the general manager as an authorized signer. And this is for the debit card. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So last month, I received notice from Lone Star National Bank that there was a bank policy change where the debit card holder, the name who's on the debit card, must also be an authorized signer for the accounts. Right now, Mr. Salinas is listed as the debit card holder, but he's not an authorized signer.
All right.
So what do we need to do
So move.
Approval of a resolution.
to authorize?
To authorize the general manager.
Yeah, so I have a motion by Mr. Perez. Second by Mr. Ochoa. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Number 12, I want to make a motion
Oh,
to take it into
Yeah,
executive.
Madam President, actually, I was, can we do number 12 and number 13 into executive session?
Yes, as legal, yes. We make,
Yeah, I would
Make a motion.
do them in separate motions, but,
Okay.
or you can do it in one motion and vote it.
I can do it in one motion? Okay, I recommend a motion to go into executive, with items number 12 and 13.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Villarreal and a second by Mr. Ochoa. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 14, General Manager's Report. A, September financials.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, here with us, we have Mr. Jaime Reina, Finance Director. He'll give a brief summary of the September financials.
Yes, Board, these financial statements are prepared as of the end of September 30th, so the end of the third quarter. If you could please turn your attention to the statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in that position. Here you'll see that September is 75% of the year, of course, and total operating revenues were at 77% of the budget, so 2% ahead. And total operating expenses are at 75%, in line with the year. Overall, we are in line with our budget.
Okay, 14B, third quarter investment report.
Yes, Madam President, again, Mr. Jaime Reina with Finance, the Finance Director will give a brief summary.
Yes, Board, this investment activity report is also prepared as of the end of the third quarter, September 30th. If you could please turn your attention to the second page of this report. At the bottom, you'll see that our bank accounts generated a total of $126,158 worth of interest.
Okay.
That's for what
That-
period of time?
That's across the board for all accounts. On the first page at the top, it's for all of our accounts at Lone Star.
Oh, since, up to September.
Yes, no, that is only for the third quarter,
Third
for
quarter,
July, August, September.
Okay.
We've been getting pretty high yield.
Yes, that's correct. We're experiencing high interest rates with, especially with Techstar.
Is it possible you can enlarge the print for the next time, please?
Yes.
I'm the oldest board member here with bad vision. Can barely see this.
Will
Can
do.
you do that for me, please?
Yes.
I'm trying to focus. Madonna lupa.
Okay.
Are you putting that money back into the general fund?
That is staying, with the interest generated with Techstar, I just leave it in there, so that it's just accumulating.
Okay.
And same thing with Lone Star. It just stays in the account that it's
just-
generated.
Good.
Okay, move forward. Item number 14C, Tom Gill and Line Booster.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, as you may recall, this item, the actual Tom Gill line, inline booster was awarded to J&J contractors, and of course, the estimate or the cost that he had on the bid tabulation was approximately $505,000. The board approved this item, subject for us to negotiate or reduce the cost for this item. So basically, we're working with J&J to value engineer portions of the project. Basically, we're trying to reduce the cost for the SCADA, removing the SCADA components of the project, using a metal building instead of the block building that we had talked about, and of course, reducing some of the site work, maybe our staff, I was doing some of the site work as well. Now, the contractor is currently waiting for the pricing from various suppliers on the control panel, right? So that we can have a firm price on that or quote. And of course, the engineer and the contractor will get us a revised price within 2 weeks of today. That's the summary that we have. They don't, but we're looking into probably in the area between 300,000, the cost estimate between 300,000 and 400,000. I do not have details on that until we get a firm, final and best quote from the contractor, or price from the contractor.
Any further questions or concerns? Okay. Moving on to item number 15, District Engineers Report. A, NatBank Technical Assistance Agreement Sewer Hookups.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, we have M2 Engineering for the engineers report.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board. For item 15A, District Engineers Report for NatBank, Palmview Yardline Connection Project, the contractor has completed the homes that were able to be connected. So right now, we're just working on finalizing a change order and final pay requests and closeout documents with them. For item B, for the Mendiola Water Storage Tank Project, there's no new information to report at this time. For item E, Liberty Road Widening Waterline Relocation Project, Once the contractor started construction, there were some existing water lines that were not anticipated to be there. They were not on the GIS, they were not collected, and so we didn't know that those water lines were there, which is good news because we already revised the plans and we're gonna be working on a potential change order to reduce the contract amount because there's some lines that were there that were already out of the way.
Are there 8-inch or there's?
Yes.
The capacity you need?
Yes, they're existing 8-inch, yes.
That's good.
And the contractor right now is approximately 20% complete.
Great.
That's all we have to report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions or concerns? Okay, I had a question for legal. I know that we did approve item number 3. So I wanted to see if we could do a swearing, swear in, our new, the person.
Well, there are some prerequisites that we want to make sure are done before we do that. I'd recommend that, unless imperative, maybe at the end or after, maybe the end of the meeting. It's
Okay.
not something that we have to do at the moment, but there are some prerequisites that, as legal, we need to make sure we're completed before that occurs.
Yes, of course.
You wanna do it today or do it next week or when?
We could do it today, since everyone's here. We could do it next week, if that's more convenient for the individual.
No, on your end, so you can check all your legal.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good, you know, to ensure that we have time to make sure that all the Ts are crossed and Is are dotted on qualifications and everything that has to be filed prior to swearing in are done. You know, a week would be ideal unless those things have already been, you know, all prerequisites have been done. We can verify that tonight.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Item number 16, executive session. As provided by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Sections 551.071-551.091, the Board of Directors may convene in a closed executive session to deliberate, discuss, or consult regarding the matters listed below on proper motion and approval of any of the items set forth above. Under the Texas Open Meetings Act, the Texas Government Code Section 551.071, consultation with attorney. 16A, cause number C3353-20I, SMB Infrastructure versus AGUA Special Utility District in the District Court of Hidalgo County, Texas, 398th Judicial District. B, cause number C-3703-23-E, Jimmy Klausner and Sons Construction Company Incorporation versus AGUA Special Utility District in the District Court of Hidalgo County, Texas, 275th Judicial District. C, Stage 3 Drought Contingency Plan. D, Mendiola Water Storage Tank Project. E, Service Capacity Limitations and Pending Applications. And I need a motion to go into executive at 6:49.
So moved.
Have a motion by Dr. Villarreal, a second by Ms. Perez. Second by Ms. Perez. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.